to YouTube, the YouTube video. So maybe it's worth.
Okay, I'm just putting that through now. I'll make that.
Video, so maybe it's worth.
Okay, I'm just putting that
through. Patrick?
Yes.
Could,
Yes, Carmen.
do you have a chance of connecting to the YouTube channel through the link I sent you in order to check that the connection with YouTube is okay?
I can ask somebody here a colleague to do that for us, and I'll let you know.
YouTube channel through the link I sent you in order to check that.
It's like we're streaming now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll go to the next slide then, because I think our video works quite well. Is that okay, Emma? Am I rushing it a bit?
No, because we haven't checked if our video plays.
Oh, I can see it. Oh, I can see it on my side. So you can't see it on yours.
No, we were still looking, because I think I used to do these Zoom webinars, Ruby, and I'm trying to remember what you need to do, because it's still showing you've shared a specific screen, right? And so when you cut away to the YouTube video, it's still showing your PowerPoint screen open.
What do you see now on your side?
The other thing I could do, I could change that slide so that it opens within the slide. I think that's maybe something we could try. So because what I have is then it opens in your browser, and so you actually need to cut away to a different app. But if I can get it to open within the slide, maybe that'll solve that problem.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone else on the call has got experience of getting it's challenging. Okay, well, maybe we try that, because when you clicked there, it just stayed in PowerPoint for us. We didn't see the video. And the other thing you've got to when you do share screen, there's a button down on the bottom that you can a box that you can tick that says share sound as well. So you've got to be sure to do that. So that
where's that little box?
See, I won't be able to do it now because you are sharing.
Unless Emma, if you're comfortable, sorry, the two of us are chatting. Everyone's okay with that. But do you want to launch this presentation on your side? When we start, and then let's see if you can manage it easily on yours. Then you can just move through my slides because they're pretty basic. I'm going to stop sharing, and maybe if you open on your end, let's see how that works.
Okay, let's see. Okay, and there's so if you just tick. You can actually set it up so that they don't see this part. Okay, and then let me just see how this goes. I'll clean up my browser screen. Are you seeing that?
No.
You're not hearing it either then.
I can hear it. I can definitely hear it. It's not playing. It's frozen on.
Okay, so what we need to do is have that link open within. Okay. Let's maybe just do the rest, and then when you're busy with the final panelist, Patrick, I'll try and make that change in the slide, and we can try the video again at the end of the practice session, if that's okay. So I'll just go through the rest. So I'll be speaking about how the Western Cape is well connected. I'll briefly touch on the air access routes. You'll see there's a gap though, that there aren't any direct routes over to South America, so I'm not going to linger too long on that. Patrick knows only too well. I can see you nodding. I feel your pain. I'll speak about the dominance of professional services in the Western Cape economy, but also the importance of manufacturing. Oh, why is that going? Sorry. I'll touch on some of the well-known companies that have established here, and obviously the key sectors as well. And then focusing a little bit more on manufacturing as a particular focus this morning, the reasons to invest in the manufacturing sector here, the key opportunities that we're most excited about within manufacturing. I'll touch on 2 particular zones, Carmen, within the Western Cape, one being Atlantis, which focuses on green tech. So in particular on manufacturing within the green economy, and there's special grants and incentives associated with companies basing themselves here. And then the same for Saldanha Bay, which has a specific oil and gas focus, and again is an industrial development zone, also with particular grants and incentives associated with it. When it comes to investment flows, I'm going to go quite quickly through this because there isn't a huge amount of activity to talk about. So, for example, in terms of Chile, Chile has invested 2 projects into South Africa. So unlike Ruby, in some of these cases, we're talking about South Africa and not the Western Cape because there isn't any activity in the Western Cape to talk about. So it's kind of that opposite issue. And in reverse, South Africa has invested 7 projects into Chile. So Chile is the one with the most activity to talk about. Then we have Peru. And then when it comes to Bolivia and Ecuador, it is 1 project in each case. So we'll fly through that, I think, quite quickly. And then just to circle back to the kind of ways in which Westroad facilitates the investor journey. For potential investors into Cape Town and the Western Cape, the one-stop shop is a kind of a flagship program that Westgrow operates on behalf of Invest South Africa, and it brings together over a dozen different entities that an investor will typically encounter, or some of which an investor will typically encounter on their investment journey. It brings them together under the one roof and facilitates kind of clear and streamlined access to them in order to navigate any bureaucracy or paperwork or red tape issues. And then I go through some of the other key services that Westgrow provides. And that's it. And I'm going to, Carmen, I don't know if this makes sense from a translation point of view, but I was going to dust off my my 20-year-old Spanish and say a few words at the beginning, just in greeting in Spanish. So will the webinar attendees be able to hear me as well? Yeah.
Yes,
How
yes,
does that
there will
work?
be
Okay.
simultaneous interpretation available, and the explanation for that will be given at the beginning.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. So if it's fine, maybe you can work with the other panelist, and then we'll try and make that change to the slide with the video, and we can test that again before we finish up.
Sorry?
I just need to, we were finding that we have a video for this investment promotion section of the presentation. There's a video at the beginning of my part. So I was going to introduce that, but then we were struggling to get it to play correctly within Zoom. So if Patrick, if it's fine with you, maybe you can work with the other panelists while we try and fix this glitch with the video, and then we'll come back and play it before we finish up to make sure that it's working.
Yeah, that is fine. Before you guys go from Westgrow, my intention is to introduce Ruby, of course, first, and then move on to you, and then to Zintle. Are you happy with that? Because I want to introduce a bit, what your position is at Westgrow and so on, so that people know when you start your presentation what you're going to focus on. Is that okay with the 3 of you?
Yes, that's good.
Does it make sense to do, Ruby? Does it make sense for Patrick to do all of that in one go, and then we just hand over to each other? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Yes.
Fantastic.
Is it just me? But
No,
I'm
it's
thinking
perfect.
can you hear there's an echo on my side, or is it just me?
It's a little bit echoey. You don't hear an echo, like you don't hear everything twice. It just sounds a little bit echoey, the room.
Did you open the YouTube link? Because if you did, if you have the YouTube link open, you have to mute the page or the video from YouTube.
Can you, and now I'm still there now.
Patrick, can I share the screen with the presentation?
Yes, you can.
With the video, because I have the
Yep.
video that you need me to show.
Please.
In the
Yeah, you
name
can
of
go in.
Mr.
Tedder, Mr. Tedder, yeah.
Okay, yes. It's a very, very heavy file. It's a big file. So wish me luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, Carmen.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome here to magnificent, beautiful Cape Town. I've got the privilege to be the MD of Robertson & Kane International Yachts. We produce for our esteemed customer Travelopia, who owns the Moorings and the Sunsail brands, and
You
for
see
our
my
private
arrow?
yacht owners, the Leopard brand, these magnificent catamarans, both power and sailing catamarans. We really appreciate your business. We want to thank you for it. We get exquisite feedback from you on how to produce and improve our yachts. It is
I've got
a
it.
fantastic honor for us. We produce one of these yachts
You hear it
every
okay?
second day. I still get butterflies when I
Sound
step
is
on it,
great.
like today.
Sound is
Okay.
great,
Even
yeah.
if you see one of them
So
going
we are
into the
okay?
water every second day,
10 minutes.
it's real excitement.
Yeah, about 10.
Some power and sailing catamaran, Two Oceans Marine are highly skilled.
Okay.
Oops. Okay, I've got nothing on my screen now. Are you guys seeing it?
I think she ended the video.
Oh. Carmen, did you stop the video?
Yes.
Ah, okay. So we're good to go. All right. Then should I give my PowerPoint and screen save that?
Yes, I think you can go ahead, Bruce.
All right. Let's do that. Has everybody got that?
Your screen is still black on my side.
All right. I've got it here. Going to screen share. How's that?
Perfect. We can see it now.
Get it full size. There we go. Okay, is that good for everybody?
Perfect.
All right, so I'm going to just talk through this, about 12 slides. And that's going to probably take about 10 minutes or so. Is everybody happy with that?
I'm happy.
Okay, let me see if I can stop sharing. There we go. Okay. All right, so we seem to be good. So Carmen, we'll run the video about 10 minutes, and then I'll do this talk through the PowerPoint 10 minutes. And I think we're good to go.
Okay. So the video is first, and then you
The
you give your
presentation.
speech.
Yeah. That's
Correct, yeah. Thank you. You happy with that, Tina?
I'm happy.
Well, okay, great.
Hi, Tina. Good morning.
Hi, everyone.
So I think we're all set then. Amir, maybe you want to try the video, if that's okay.
Sure, yeah, let me try that again. Thanks for everybody's patience. Okay, so-
Mr. Tedder, are you going to announce the video, or is Patrick going to announce the video before you speak?
I'll happily announce it. I think that'll be the cue for you to start it, Carmen,
Yes.
if that's all right. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Are you seeing the video on my side now, or?
Yes, we do. Did you press play?
Is that running fine? Is it, are you hearing it?
Nope.
No.
Just hearing it, but no video.
Yeah, good sound, but it's not going in. Yeah, there
Okay,
we
let's-
go.
Okay, so now you're
That's
seeing
good.
my slide. Let me try that again. Okay.
Yeah, your button looks. Aha.
There it is.
Oh,
Perfect.
yes.
Okay. I just have to make sure I click in the right place. And you're hearing it okay as well.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Okay. I think that should, maybe I can just skip to the end and see how it'll transition out, if that's okay, just since we are nearly there. Okay. All right, and then I've already gone through the slides, Patrick. So if you're happy, if Carmen's happy, then I think we're done on our side.
Yeah, I think from my side, I'm happy with the Wesco team and Mr. Tedder. So I think we're all set, and we see each other at 11 then. Carmen, any questions from your side?
None. Thank you.
We can maybe meet 5
5
minutes before,
Cool.
right?
Sounds good.
So we are all set, and then you, Patrick, please let me know when we start the webinar, and that way people will be able to enter the room,
Okay.
because otherwise we will only be us. It will only be us until we start the webinar. So you let me know at 11, 11:01. It depends on the arrival of the ambassador, I think.
Well, the ambassador is actually traveling on his way to South
he will not be
Africa.
here?
Yeah, he's been. He traveled last night for government business, urgent government business. So I just have to apologize on his behalf. But
Okay,
that's taken care of. Yeah.
okay,
But the intention is to start at 11. Yeah, on the dot.
okay. Perfect.
Okay. So everybody, I'll see you then in 25 minutes.
Okay, are
see
we all
you
going to
then.
leave?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, are we using the same link to come back in, or we can switch off?
If I
mic
were
and
you, I
camera if
wouldn't
we want?
disconnect.
Yeah, just switch
Stay-
I
off
would,
mic
I
and
would
camera.
stay
connected.
connected.
Yeah.
Yep, I will.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. See you
Fantastic.
soon.
Thank
Stay
you. See you
connected.
soon.
See you later.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
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 Okay, I'm going to test the interpreters right now. Niños, ¿están ahí? Ah, sí. Ahora sí, ya. Bien. ¿Español? Ok. Ya, súper. No, bien, se escucha bien. Y ahora me voy a inglés. Me voy a inglés. Sí, sí. Mari está bien. Seba también. Sí, se escucha bien. Ya. Entonces a las 11 con el mismo link, mismo lugar. Ya. Ya, chiquillos. Nos vemos. Chao. Chao. 2, 3, probando, probando audio, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, probando sonido, 1, 2, 3. ¿Me escucha? Ya, ok. Excelente. Ya no, era eso nomás. No, estaba revisando una cosita, pero es que como que me urgí porque una cuestión, me salió un aviso medio raro, entonces me asusté. Pero no, ya, ok. Estamos ok con el audio, con todo. Y yo, ok, ya. Ya había puesto una, ya nada. Dejémoslo así. No, mejor no muevo más, no muevo más. Ya, gracias. Ok. Ya, ya, gracias. Chao.
Good morning, Mr. Montt. Very good morning. Buenos días, ¿cómo está?
Good morning, buenos días, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo andan?
Bien, bien.
Very good. Aquí estamos preparados para saludar a todas las personas.
Personas, sí, sí. It's open there.
Patrick,
Hello.
it's 11 already. Whenever you are ready, we start the webinar.
But I think
Hi, everybody.
I think my video is off.
Yes, your video is out.
But it says that it's been. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Can you see me?
Yep.
Yes.
100%, Patrick.
Fantastic. So maybe we should start then, if it's okay. Carmen.
We should start.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay.
One second, please. Okay, Patrick.
Yep.
Okay, I hear your voice. It's very low.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know if anyone else can hear Patrick better than I do, because I hear it very low.
It could be louder, Patrick, for sure.
Try something else. Can you hear me now?
Ah, better. Much better.
Is it much better?
Okay,
Yep.
so now we start the webinar.
Yep, fantastic. Can I start?
No, 1 second. You will see the screen. Ready.
Buenos días a quienes nos acompañan en Chile, Peru, Ecuador, y Bolivia. Also, very good afternoon to those who are joining us from South Africa. The South African Embassy in Santiago, accredited to Chile, Peru, Ecuador, and Bolivia, is honored to welcome all of you to our webinar that will focus on trade, tourism, investment, and boat building in the Western Cape Province. The Western Cape Province is one of 9 provinces or regions in South Africa. Since we have simultaneous translation, let me kindly request Ms. Carmen Girion of Mundo Chile to explain to us how to access that feature, as well as the feature you can use if you want to leave a comment or a question in the meantime. Ms. Girion, please, I hand the floor over to you.
Good morning. In order to access to the simultaneous interpretation, there is an option at the bottom of your screen. There is an icon that has the shape of a small world, a globe, that says interpretation. You have to click on it and then select the option English. That's all you have to do, and remain in that option during the whole event. Thank you. Buenos días. Para acceder a la traducción simultánea de este evento, que será traducido en todo momento del inglés al español, ustedes deben acceder a esta función. En la barra de herramientas de Zoom abajo hay un icono que dice interpretación, que tiene la forma de un globo terráqueo, y tienen que elegir la opción español y permanecer ahí durante toda la sesión. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Ms. Girion, for that explanation. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to our formal program for this morning, and I would like to offer the sincere apologies from His Excellency Ambassador George Monia Mangeni, the South African ambassador accredited to Chile, Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador, for not being able to join us this morning. Ambassador Monia Mangeni is currently traveling to South Africa on urgent government business, but he has requested me to convey his appreciation and gratitude to all of you for joining the webinar and express his hope for a successful one. Ladies and gentlemen, since we have collaborating with a number of partners in Chile, Peru, and Ecuador, we have requested the following individuals to say a few words. Namely, Mr. Santiago Montt. He's the president of the Chile South Africa Chamber of Industry, Commerce, and Tourism. Mr. Guillermo van Oort. He's the president of the South African Peru Chamber of Commerce, and as well the honorary consul of South Africa in Lima, Peru. And finally, Mr. Rene Ortiz. He's the honorary consul of South Africa in Ecuador. So without wasting any more time, I yield the floor to Mr. Santiago Montt, the president of the Chile South Africa Chamber of Industry, Commerce, and Tourism. Mr. Santiago Montt, I give the floor to you.
Gracias, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick, for your presentation. My name is Santiago Montt. Sorry, I will speak in Spanish. Mi nombre es Santiago Montt. Yo soy el presidente de la Cámara Chileno-Sudafricana, entidad en la que tenemos numerosos socios y que está enfocada a lo que es colaboración empresarial entre ambos países. Queremos agradecer a la embajada por esta iniciativa y comprometernos ante ustedes a prestar toda la colaboración necesaria para los empresarios de Perú, Ecuador y Bolivia que quieran venir a Chile, como a los empresarios de Sudáfrica que quieran venir a estos 4 países que están en este momento representados por la Embajada de Sudáfrica en Chile. Numerosos servicios podemos prestarles y en colaboración, tanto ayudarlos a encontrar partners en alguno de estos países, refiriéndole a compañías y a empresarios que puedan ser de su interés, como colaborando en distintas informaciones que puedan ser apropiadas para la identificación y programación de su negocio en estos mercados de estos 4 países. Quedamos a su completa disposición para esto y simplemente a través de la embajada podrán conseguir ustedes nuestros datos y todo esto se presta gratuitamente con un propósito simplemente de colaboración entre países. Y muchas gracias.
Thank you, Mr. Montt, for that kind words. I now yield the floor to Mr. Guillermo van Oort, the South African Honorary Consul in Lima, Peru. Mr. van Oort, if you hear, please, the floor is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we don't have Mr. van Oort online, so let me then take the opportunity to give the floor to Mr. Rene Ortiz, the Honorary Consul of South Africa in Ecuador. Mr. Ortiz, if you hear, please, the floor is yours. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we don't have both the honorary consuls with us. So we then have to proceed with the program. So I think we've come to the important part of our program for this morning. And it's my pleasure to introduce the team from the Cape Town and Western Cape Tourism Trade and Investment Promotion Agency, who will focus on the tourism, trade, and investment opportunities in the province. We will have 3 presentations, one by Ms. Ruby Swiegelaar. Ms. Swiegelaar is the Senior Export Manager focusing on the Americas. That will be followed by a presentation by Ms. Amia Costigan. She's the Acting Head for Investment Promotion. And then we will have a presentation on tourism from Ms. Zintle Mitzi. She's the Experience and Product Specialist in the Tourism Unit at Wesgro. So with further ado, I hand the floor over to Ms. Swiegelaar.
Thank you very much, Patrick, and welcome to all our honorable guests. I'm just going to ask Emma to share our presentation in the interim. As Patrick has introduced me, I'm Ruby Swiegelaar. I'm the Senior Export Promotion Manager at Wesgro, which is a provincial agency, and I focus on supporting exporters in my region, called the Western Cape, to export to yours. Emma, if you can just move to the first slide, please. Thank you. As mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, Wesgro is the official tourism, trade and investment promotion agency for this province. And key to understanding how we operate is that research and real-time business intelligence really drives the way we operate in terms of our strategies. Also, because we are funded by provincial government, the City of Cape Town and the Department of Agriculture, none of our services come at any cost to both exporters in our region and interested importers all across the globe. Thank you, Emma. This slide speaks specifically to our export promotion services, and they really fall within 3 core remits. But ultimately, the objective is to promote and to facilitate the export of both goods and services from qualified companies in our region. And I'll refer to the why I mentioned qualified companies in a bit. But also the second mandate is to facilitate and support operations and the expansion of qualified companies within our region into the rest of the continent. So often the Western Cape province is seen as a launch pad into the rest of the continent, and we facilitate that kind of outward foreign direct investment. The key 3 remits I'd like to focus on is firstly our export advancement program and mentoring. So any interested importers that do work with our exporters will understand that they've been briefed fully on the export paradigm, understand all the risks. We offer a course at no cost to all our exporters, and because of the pandemic, these courses are now being done virtually. So in the comfort of their offices or at home, 5 modules that cover a range of topics is done over a period of about 2 weeks, and our exporters are then qualified to then engage properly with importers and understand those requirements as well as those risks. We also offer mentorship programs, and so we really hold our exporters' hands, particularly those in the emerging space, to actually do business with foreign entities and foreign individuals. Secondly, and that's the circle on the right-hand side, business facilitation key. So we do B2B engagements, and this is really where you come in. And I'll show you a slide towards the end of my presentation that will allow importers to engage with our exporters, but that's key for part of our services is this business-to-business facilitation. Also would be accessing finance or helping our exporters understand just how they can enter certain markets and what's available through national government, which is important. And again, research is being mentioned, key, cornerstone of our organization, but also being made available to various exporters to understand exactly what information is available, both in terms of trends, also in terms of sort of trade data, essential to understanding where exports are going, which products are being exported into particular regions. Again, I'm going to mention strong strategic collaborations, and it's something that will echo through all my discussions when it comes to export promotion, is the need for strong strategic collaboration, whether it be with our embassies as today and today's event, or with key national bodies or export councils. It's all about strategic collaboration and working together also with other export agencies in other regions of South Africa, so that we work together to promote South Africa as a whole. Key also would be addressing export barriers, and we try our best to work with national government also in that respect. The very last little circle is promotion services, and outward and inward investments, or missions would really fall in that space. We haven't been able to do too much of that with the COVID pandemic in the last 2 years, but we've been quite nimble with doing virtual engagements and trying to bring those important linkages together, both between exporters and importers in various regions. So a few additional more points is the advisory services that we offer, strategic networking again, and then a focus on value-added goods, because our key aim as a provincial agency is to drive growth within the region. Thank you, Emma. On to my next slide. And now I'm going to be looking at our different countries that fall within the South African Embassy. I've asked our research team, these are all facts that have been presented by our internal research division, on key trade information between firstly Peru, and I'll show you a list of exports, list of imports, just to look at the trade balance really. For the 4 countries that we're going to be focusing on today, thank you, Emma, you'll notice to a large extent our province is a net importer, which is good for any importers in the region. You'll see the trade relationship between the Western Cape and Peru, and this is the period 2012 to 2021. So it ends off on an equal sort of trade balance, where both exports and imports are sort of equivalent in much the same way. Onto the next slide, please, Emma. I'm just going to go through the list of products that we export from the Western Cape to Peru, and you'll see a large share of the exports from the Western Cape to Peru, and this is for 2021, was insecticides, rodenticides, fungicides, herbicides, and that's about 49% in terms of share of total exports to the region. Second to that, and one that has seen an amazing growth rate, so an average growth rate between 2017 to 2021 has been an increase in fruit, nuts, and other edible parts of plants. So these are exports to Peru, and we've seen a growth of about 164% in that space. There's a list of other products. You can see smaller shares, but a considerable growth in petroleum jelly, paraffin wax, and the like. And that's seen a growth over that period from 2017 to 2021 of about 204%. Thank you. Just a quick look at our imports. I know we're quite cognizant of time, Patrick. I'm not going to take too long with these, but I thought they would be quite important. Our Western Cape imports from Peru, again,